External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, who has reiterated India's stand that he says that he shares with his counterparts, that he has shared the sense of the nature of terrorist challenge and having confronted it over multiple decades, saying that we are resolved today to respond to it very firmly and we have the right to defend ourselves. Speaking on the Pahalgam terror attack as well, the External Affairs Minister has said that the perpetrators of terrorism must be held accountable.
Essentially, I mean, with each of my counterparts, I had shared with them this sense that look, the nature of the terrorist challenge, the fact that we have confronted it really over multiple decades, and that we are very resolved today to respond to it very firmly, and that we have the right to defend ourselves. I think the perpetrators of terrorism must be held accountable. They must be brought to justice, and that's important because we then have to communicate to the world that what we did during, on 7th May, the objective of Operation Sindoor is that if there are attacks, if there are terrorist attacks, we will act against the perpetrators, the supporters, the financiers, the enablers. So that message, I think, was conveyed with great clarity. I think what we have communicated very clearly is we mean it when we say there is zero tolerance for terrorism. Now, and we also, if you look back at Prime Minister's address to the nation after the cessation of firing on 10th of May, there were some very clear messages which came out of that. So it's really for the terrorist groupings and for their sponsors to absorb and to reflect on those messages. Now, I don't think we are going to spell out if this happens, we will do that. I mean, no government does that.
Well, Sindhur, this is important. Do you believe that India's zero tolerance onto terrorism message has been conveyed with great clarity?
First of all, S. Jaishankar, the External Affairs Minister, did not mention the word Pakistan. But the one country that knows exactly what Jaishankar is talking about is Pakistan. And that point about zero tolerance is very accurate. He's making it very clear that if there is another Pahalgam, India will not just sit tight. India will not sit on its hands. India has already shown what it can do, and India will do what it will do. So about that, there is no problem. There is clear, absolute clarity.
Interrupting you, Sindhur, Major General Rajan Kochar is connected with us. Good morning to you, sir. When we speak of Operation Sindoor and why it was necessitated by India as an act of defense, and of course this is the new normal that India has made it clear that any such violent or terrorist attacks would be considered as an act of war.
You're absolutely right. See, our threshold has gone much beyond what we used to do when such terror attacks were taking place on our soil. Now, as you are aware, the new normal means that any terrorist attack on us will be met by a far greater response, which would be in terms of a missile strike or a drone strike onto Pakistan to ensure a stronger deterrence level. So the statement made by our External Affairs Minister is extremely relevant and is sending the correct signals to Pakistan, because time and again we are getting some intelligence reports which suggest that Pakistan may try to create a similar kind of a disturbance in India, but this time the response will be far greater.
Yes.
And it's very important to send such a message to Pakistan. It is a part of a psychological warfare also to keep your adversary aware of your intentions, that in case case he tries to create any disturbance in our country.
Absolutely,
it
sir.
will
And this
not-
message has been conveyed with great clarity as far as External Affairs Minister is concerned, that the perpetrators of terrorism must be held accountable. They must be brought to justice. And it is important that we have to communicate that to the world when it comes to India's zero tolerance to terrorism. Thank you very much, Major General Rajan Kochar, and to you, Shrinja, for joining in. Heading